Hello everybody. Good evening. Happy Thursday to you all. Welcome to Dixie Belle's page. I'm Japo here with the Purple Posy. I am the owner and artist at the Purple Posy. I am a content creator for Dixie Belle, and I'm also a coach and a mentor for my membership group, Painting Over Borders, with the fabulous Malia Klein of Mustard Tree Market. Hey Malia, just talking about you. So welcome. I am here tonight. It's funny that Malia is here. It's funny that she's here because I'm actually going to do a piece here with the style that she is so well known for. If I can get this little thing here. There we go. Her linen look. Her little like linen look that she does. So about 8 months ago, I decided I'm gonna try. I am like a super, I use a lot of water, I do a lot of soft blending, and she is all about the dry brushing all of the time. I decided to try her technique on an old washstand, and wouldn't you know, I had somebody book a custom and they're like, I want that finish. And I was like, of course you do, because it's fabulous, because it's Malia's look. So we're gonna recreate that tonight. We're gonna try to recreate that tonight. I did work on the sides a little bit. So thank you guys for being here. Y'all, as you jump on, y'all let me know where you're watching from. I would love to know. Hi from Hungary. What time is it there? My goodness. So anyways, the coast of Texas. Well, hey there, I'm in West Texas. And we're about to have a storm. We're about to have a good old-fashioned West Texas storm. So if I lose power, I'm not gonna be surprised. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. So what we're gonna be working with tonight is, I've got a coat of Midnight Sky on here. I know I'm super bright, but I wanted to make it bright so you can see the piece when I get over there to start painting. Hey, Louisiana, Minnesota. This is a coat of Midnight Sky. And then we're gonna be working with Spanish moss, French linen, and sandbar. Nova Scotia, my goodness, it's got to be late over there. Hey, from Indiana. And so those are the three colors that we're going to be working with tonight. Again, this is Midnight Sky already on there. And then I will be using, all my minis are dirty. 2:30 in the morning. Tell you what, the only time I'd be up at 2 o'clock in the morning is to feed a baby. Ain't nobody got time for that. 2 a.m. Oh my goodness. You guys are crazy. All my minis are dirty, which is usually my go-to brushes, but so tonight I'm going to be using my flat large brushes, and I got one for each color. I will tell you, the last time I painted this technique, my brushes hated me afterwards. You have to, if you're going to try this, I highly recommend you get a brush. The bristles get all tangled up or whatever. Hey there from Indiana. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So what I learned, actually, let me just switch sides. Let me switch sides here. I'm going to try to, San Angelo, who is that? Well, hey, Sherry. I'm in Big Spring. I'm just north of you. I'm going to bring y'all over here. Now, if you guys, have y'all tried Dixie Belle paint? Has anybody on here tried Dixie Belle paint? Yeah? Tried Dixie Belle paint? You're in Kansas. What? You're not in Kansas, you're in Missouri. If you have not, there is a link there for you guys. If you want to try Dixie Belle paint, which I highly recommend, it is an amazing mineral paint. It's so easy to use. It's very user friendly. If you're a first time user, beginner, this is the paint you want to use. You can use that link, find your local retailer. You want to purchase from your local retailers if you can. If you don't have one near you, please order from that link. It does help my small business out. You love Dixie Belle? Same. All right, so we're gonna get started. The first color we're gonna go in with is Spanish moss. And so her technique, Malia, Mustard Tree Market, she forgot that she moved. I don't know what I'm gonna do with her. You want to start out with the color that you wanna see least. Okay, so I want this to be kind of a brighter type of color. It is very easy peasy. It is self-leveling. So the darkest color I'm using is the Spanish moss. So that's what we're going to go in with first. And Malia can tell me if I'm teaching this wrong or telling you guys wrong. She's on here. She's the master at this. If you guys don't follow her, please do. She's an amazing artist. She's also my co-coach for our membership group. We do our coach membership group together. South Padre Island. How's it down there on the coast? It's humid here. Probably not as humid as it's there, but alrighty. So here we go. I had to watch an old live to kind of remember. Okay, so I think what she does, she dips her paint or her brush into her paint and then she wipes it off like that, right? And then she just goes to town. And it's funny because this technique has got like a really high probability of that freak out stage. So if you're a painter, you know what I'm talking about. The freak out stage where you're kind of mid painting and you're like, OMG, what am I doing? This is a disaster. So this technique that she does, it is very scary for somebody who's trying it new because it looks very camo-y. And then you get to the end and you're like, oh, I get it now. I get it. Can you guys see? Slapping the base. Yep. Can you guys see? All right. Yeah, she beats her pieces. She beats them. So you dip, you scrape. I don't think there's any rhyme or reason to doing it. You just throw it on there until your brush is dry. Yo, I gotta turn my fan on 1 second. I'm so sorry. It is really hot in here. So sorry. It's like super humid. Super humid here. And I'm dying because we're used to dry heat. And I think the key is flicking the wrist a certain way. Your arms will hate you, your brush will hate you. You'll be so mad when you go to clean your brushes. I know I was. I was like, I was glad I had one of those brush combs. And I did the size already and I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know. I had to pull up my old picture and I was like, okay, yeah. Because it does look pretty crazy there for a while. But if you're a creative, you definitely know what I'm talking about, that freak out phase. We all have it. Let's see. Now what makes this difficult is I'm leaving the handles on or the knobs on because they were just plain wooden knobs and she didn't want to change them out. This piece is super old. It had the original wooden, what are they called? Things at the bottom? You know what I'm talking about. Thank you, Malia. Are you being nice to me? The top of this piece, I'm not worried about getting any paint on it because I'm probably going to sand it down a little bit more after I get the body sealed. Nobody yelled at me. Nobody yelled at me for that, but I do that quite often. Because I'm going to try something on there that I've never tried before. I'm not even going to say it because it may sound really stupid and I want to try it first before I say, hey, this is a cool thing to try. But I do need to sand it down a little bit more. So yeah, these knobs make it very interesting. And it's definitely a workout. And I'll show you here in just a second how much paint I'm putting on my brush. I may not be putting enough. I don't know. We're just going for it. We're just playing, guys. The thing about the painting anything, it's just paint. It's just paint. you can paint over it. That's what we tell our group members all of the time. Just play. Just play. Hey there, from Indiana. Just play, because you're never going to learn anything. You can watch all day long, all the tutorials and all of the people and all of the things, but until you actually do it and you get your brush in the paint and you get a feel for how the paint is and how the brush moves and your natural style of, your natural way of holding the brush and everything, you can't, you've got to do it. You just got to try. So just play. It's just paint. You can paint over it. Nothing is permanent. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to scoot you guys back, actually, so you can see the whole thing. I may not be able to read comments. I'm going to get rid of comments so I can see that you can see. Okay, I'll put comments back. From Southern Ireland? You guys are all over the place tonight. Let me get this top where I want it, and then I'm going to sit on my honey. Get the bottom part. So if you guys are also, one other thing I was going to tell you about was there's this really cool group. It's a free group that you can join. It's called Chalk Mineral Paint Enthusiast. You can get on there and you can get inspired. You can see a lot of different, all the brand ambassadors, the content creators, the retailers. We all post our work there. You can ask questions. You can get all kinds of advice, inspiration, whatever. It's a really great group. You guys should check it out. Also, this month, they're doing some giveaways as well on specific products that we're all kind of showcasing. So definitely get in now and be watching for those. I'll be doing one next Thursday. I'll be on there at 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Central. My wrist already hates me. It already hates me. I'll tell you what, guys, I've been doing this business for about 2.5 years now, part-time. I had a full-time job. And last Friday was my last day at my full-time job, and now I am full-time doing this. Hey there. Hey, Donna. Let's see. Yeah. So now I've been painting like a crazy person, and I'm a little bit tired. I'm not gonna go lie, I'm a little bit tired. It's more than I'm used to. But I'm not complaining. That is for sure. I'm blessed. My hubby made my dreams come true. He made it happen early. We had a plan and we did it early. So this is that. It looks like camo, right? Looks pretty camo-y. It looks like you're like, oh gosh, what is she doing? Just wait, okay? Just wait. Don't give up on me. If you guys follow Mustard Tree Market, if you follow her and you've seen this, you'll know. You'll know. All right, I'm gonna come down here and grab these. What are they called? Legs? I'm at a loss for words today. Just gonna run some across there. It's gonna have 3 layers, so I'm not super worried about coverage all over the place. Tell you, I don't like these knobs being on here though. I think it's gonna be Interesting. Interesting to say the least. Oh, I didn't show y'all how much paint I'm using, like I said I would. Okay, so when I'm doing my, whoa, hang on. I'm a hot mess over here. I left them on because they're wooden knobs. She didn't want to change them out, and so I'm just going to leave them on there because the whole thing will be grunge, like super, super grungy when I'm done. And I'm just going to grunge around the doorknobs, or the knobs. Yeah, they're just like the old wooden knobs. But anywho, I was going to show y'all how much paint I'm putting on here. So when I dip it in, it looks like this, right? And then I do this to get what I want. That's what I was going to show y'all. Let's see, we'll do and I'm not worried about the drawers sticking. It is an old piece and there are parts of the drawers that are super close to each other. But since this is such a dry, the paint is so dry. I'm not worried about the paint holding, sticking the drawers, making the drawers stick at all. So I'm not worried about it. Okay, we gotta get this leg down here. It's super fun to expand your creative toolbox by watching others, not copying, but just taking kind of their techniques. Don't want to stay on. Taking their techniques. No, I'm actually using the flat large. All my minis are dirty. Taking their techniques and kind of watching what they do and then putting your own spin on it. You know what I mean? I highly recommend that. That's how I learned a lot of my stuff. All right, I'm just gonna wrap this in a baby wipe just to kind of keep it a little bit damp. I normally would spray it with vinegar water to make it easier to clean, but I may need to come back to this color, so I don't want to do that. I'm just going to do it to keep my brush damp. Okay, and we're going to go to the next color, which is French linen. Let me grab a swig. So this is French linen. It's a little bit lighter than the Spanish moss. Hey, they're from the UK. We're going to grab a new brush. We're going to do the same thing that we just did, but we're going to kind of focus on the spots that don't have the paint on there already. I think I have paint on my glasses. I'm fairly certain I do. Yep. Sure do. Right in the middle of my... I'll get it later. So, same thing I just showed you. So I'm dipping it in, right, like this, and then whoop, taking it off. I gotta get a chair. This does not work in here. All right, so let's just start here. And you can see the color difference, right? We're gonna focus where we didn't put the Spanish moss. If it overlaps, it's completely fine. But we want to get most of that midnight sky covered up. Or that's my goal on this piece. you may want to take this technique that Malia has taught many times, put your own spin on it, and do it a different way. And that would be super cool. I know after she taught this in our group members get all of our tutorials first and they get them free. I took it and I kind of ran with it and did my own little thing. I added a little bit of water and it turned out to be super cool. I got a little bit of her technique mixed in with my technique and looked pretty fabulous. The set sold before I even finished it. I'm trying not to think too hard about it as well, which is difficult for me sometimes, not to overthink it. I want to add a little bit more. You'll see it start to come together once we get that third layer on there. Let's see. This is, for me, tricky up here. If you have any questions whatsoever, drop them in here. You can tag me, The Purple Posy. Be sure and follow me on Facebook if you're not already. I'd appreciate it. But tag me, and if Dixie Belle can't answer your question or if they don't catch it and I don't see it, I will come back and answer them. I usually check them when I go live on here. I usually come back and look before I go to bed, and then I'll check them in the morning when I'm having my coffee and get to all the questions I can. Or you can feel free to shoot me a message on my page. Let's see. I don't know, Malia, how am I doing? Am I doing you justice? I know it always feels super good when I have somebody send me a message and they've tried a technique of mine and they like nail it, and I'm like, wow, it looks better than mine. Or, you know, I'm just excited when they at least try, because they're trying something new, which is my thing. You just got to try. We gotta get around these doorknobs, or these knobs, a little bit better here. I am gonna grunge them out pretty well, but I still want a little bit of color around them. Looks like that storm went away. I can see the cloud coming out. Just knew we would lose power as soon as I went live. So again, we are using French linen. I'm using a flat large brush. Usually my minis are my go-to, but they're all dirty. Today I've been a bad brush mom. The base coat was Midnight Sky. We did Spanish moss first, and then we are going to go in with Sandbar after this. And if I can get it right and not have to do another couple of layers, which is, I don't know, sometimes you have to come back and do like a third and a fourth layer. We will be done with the front of this because I've already done the sides. I can work on that top. This is the same woman who, I don't know if you guys, if you follow me, you've seen that I posted a blue blended dresser recently. I think Dixie Belle shared it. Thank you, Malia. Why are you being so nice to me today? A blue blended dresser. This is the same lady. So hopefully, maybe I can get it done by the time she picks. She's dropping off another piece and picking up. She wanted to at least get the blue dresser, but maybe I can get this baby done. All right, we got this one little, I'm gonna add a little something here. I like to give Malia a hard time. If y'all know us, you know what I mean. You know how we are. And nothing but love and respect for that woman. Okay, let me add what do we think? We good here? Let's sit back and stand back and look a little quick second. It needs to be, let me look at the front sides. Yeah, it needs to be, it's gonna be pretty light when it's all said and done. I think the most layers I did on the sides were of the Sandbar. So that's what we'll do the most of, is the Sandbar. And it will, like I said, it'll have a lot of gilding wax, a lot of grunge on it. When it's all said and done. Let me get the sides, just dry brush where these drawers sit in a little bit, so it's not just straight black. Okay, all right, let's go in with the Sandbar. Is it hot in here or is it just me? Looks almost fabric, visual texture. So yeah, this is what she calls her linen look. It does, it looks like an old linen napkin. It does, it really does in person. It does on camera, but in person it really, really does. Yeah. All right, let me wrap this up. And we will go to our last color, which is Sandbar. I have to get this paint off. I cannot. It's right in the middle of my line of sight. Okay, so Sandbar is it's a very creamy color. Definitely looks like sand. Yeah, and the texture on it is super cool too. Since it's so much dry brushing, I feel weird talking to y'all like that. So much dry brushing, the texture is amazing on it. Super amazing. And so when you go in with the gilding wax, it catches all those brush strokes. It looks so cool. How are we on time? 7:30? All right. Now, Sandbar, this last layer, maybe, hopefully. This is the lightest color, and this is the one that you want to show the most, is your lightest color. So we will probably do more of this color than anything. We're just gonna jump right in. I hope I'm not flinging paint on that finished buffet over there. That would be a travesty. That's got a million layers and blending on it. I can't just touch it up. Have y'all ever done that before? Oh my gosh, it's a nightmare. I'll tangle that. Would you sand after painting? I won't, but you can if you wanted to. If you wanted to smooth it out some, you totally could. You totally could, yeah. I won't, but I won't. Yeah, it's really, really, really textured. I personally love it. And then, like I said, when I go in with the gilding wax, which will be the last step, it'll really catch those, you know, the brush strokes and really soak in, you know, sit in to the piece. It's definitely hard to recreate. I mean, it's hard enough to recreate my own style. I'm working on a custom also that was my own piece, and this is the second time. It's the same lady. She had me do a dresser, and now she's having me do a headboard and a footboard, and I'm still like, I still struggle sometimes looking at it. I'm like, gosh, how did I do that? So you're never going to be able to mimic or, you know, copy somebody, but you can definitely take their work and inspire you to make it your own, which I highly recommend, honestly. And that group, that chalk mineral paint enthusiast group that I was telling you about, is a great place to go for that. I feel like this top is hard for me. I don't know how she does the top, but this top little lip. Now I'm getting to where I'm not putting very much on there. Need to put more. Can y'all see it coming together now? It's not looking as camo-y. My armor break for a second. I need to do this with blue for a denim look. Sherry, I totally did this after I painted this piece, or not this piece, but the washstand that I did with her linen look. I did a blue piece, and it's actually like a denim look with this style and my style kind of combined. I added a little bit of water, and it totally looks like denim. It was a bedroom set, a king size bedroom set. If you go on my page and look at my photos, you'll see it, and you'll know it as soon as you see it. You could definitely use this style for that. Because I use a lot of water when I paint, and she uses like none. So this was very hard for me to do the first time I did it, to not grab my water bottle. And the good thing about it is if you get your 3 layers on and it doesn't look the way you want it to look, you can go back and, you know, I could go back with my Spanish moss and add a little bit here, with my French linen and add a little bit there. You know, I could come back and do the process all over again, just not as much, if that makes sense, to the parts that I think look a little funny. That's always an option too. So that's why I said maybe we can get it in 3 layers, but it doesn't always happen that way. But you can totally try. Go ahead and get these legs while I'm down here. So like that right there, I probably am gonna have to fix because I don't like it so much. I don't like it so much. Is Dixie Belle on? I haven't seen them jump on. Have you guys seen Dixie Belle on? Which do you like better, with or without water? I like water. That's just my style. I am the first to admit I'm not a very good dry brusher. I'm really not. I kind of suck at dry brushing. So I like water, even if it's just a little bit. I love the linen look that Malia does. I honestly do, but that blue jean dresser set is probably one of my favorites that I did afterwards. Honestly, because it had a little bit of dry brushing in there. So basically what I did was that, and then I just squirted it with water and like smudged it just a tad. And so it gave it a little bit of a different look, but it still had a blue jean type of look. It was really, really cool. It's like and that's the perfect example of, you know, I tried another artist's, you know, thing, put my own spin on it, and then I came out with this beautiful set. And that's one of my favorite pieces. See, I don't like that. I need to cover that, actually. I wasn't paying attention. See if we can cover that. I hope y'all are getting your questions answered. If y'all have questions, sorry. I usually sit pretty close to the camera, but I wanted y'all to be able to see the whole thing without me having to adjust you every 5 minutes. Making you sick. Definitely a workout. for sure. These knobs. And the cool thing about it too is, so like when you're working on something like this and it's just a lot of dry brushing, so like when I'm working on a piece and I do my thing, I use a lot of water, and I decide, oh, I need to fix this area, I gotta bring out my heat gun, dry the whole thing off, and then do what I need to do. So I already see some spots I want to fix. I'll be able to go in right now if I wanted to and do that, because it is so dry. It's such thin layers, you know, of dry brushing. It dries so fast. You can knock this project out in like a few hours. Let's see. I keep wanting to hold my brush a certain way, the way I hold it. Let me look at the side. The side matches. Sorry, I'm like super quiet. I'm trying to focus here. I was actually a little bit nervous to come on here, and I don't really get nervous going live. I've been going live for quite some time now, but you know, I'm not doing my normal thing. And I figured Malia would be on here because we try to watch each other's lives and support each other. And I didn't want her to be like, what are you doing? The linen look. Yes, the linen look. Master Tree Market's linen look. Hey there, Judy. Oh, y'all see my star? My daughter decided I needed a star because I was a star today, she said. I got Magical Powers, where I can paint furniture in a day, she says. I was like, Lord, make that be true. She's all about magical powers here lately. Okay, so I think let me look at this other side. I need a little bit more here. I've still got quite a bit of Midnight Sky showing through. Yeah, I'm probably gonna come back. I don't even know what time it is. I'll look here in a second. And maybe we'll do another layer of sandbar, French linen. Just to kind of even some things out. That's what I did on the sides and it looked okay. I don't think that's what you're supposed to do, but that's what I did. I think you're supposed to go back over it with your light color, but I didn't. It is so hot. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know why I'm so hot. Okay, I'm gonna get one little spot here. And we'll call it good. Okay, we'll call it good. Now we'll go in with just a little bit, just a tiny bit of French linen. Judy, so the base color was Midnight Sky. I went in with Spanish Moss, and then I went in with French linen, and I just finished up with Sandbar. I'm gonna go back in with some French linen, just a little bit. Just to fix a couple of spots that I'm not real thrilled about. But, I mean, not too shabby, right? I don't think. All right, so French linen. And really what I'm wanting to fix is like a couple of the heavy spots, like here, here, here. I'm just gonna really, really, really lightly go over them. And I mean, really lightly go over them. So I barely have any, I'm barely putting any paint on the brush. And you may not even be able to see it on camera, but it's just gonna, it'll darken it up just a tad, but not too much. And it'll give it a little bit of texture to where it's not just like a white blob. Does that make sense? It's just something that I can see with my naked eye that I don't like. And it's really just to show you that it's just layers and layers and layers. I mean, if I wanted to, I could come back in with the Spanish moss, do that over again, then the French linen, then the sandbar. I mean, I can go through the whole process all over again if I wanted to. But I don't. I think this will be enough. It will be sufficient. I'm just lightly going over. So, like I said, with the naked eye, you see lines and brush strokes of the French linen and not just a white glob. Can you give us a close-up? I sure will when I'm done. I sure will. Yeah. So let me see if there was any other. I think we're good. And I'll let you guys go. I'll do the close-up and let you guys go about your day or evening, or go to bed for those of y'all that it's 2 o'clock in the morning. My goodness. Lightning alert. Yeah, I know. Okay. I think I'm good with that, guys. I really think I'm good with that. It's going to be, and I'll probably finish it up on my page. Like I said, I'm going to grunge it out a lot with the black gilding wax. And I'll probably do that on my page. Let me wrap my brush up and I'll bring you guys in to look. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so here you can see, now this is one of the globs that I just went over with, and this is the French words are hard, French linen. You can see there. Here's another spot that I just did right here. But here's where we are as far as what it looks like up close. Here's a spot right here. So it's just got, let me focus. Not gonna focus. You can just see a few lines where it's not just plain. There's a spot there. But overall, and this is what the side looks like here. And the top will be just black. That's what my washstand looked like. It was this with just the black top, super grunged, and that was it. I hope I did it justice, Malia. And if you guys like this video, y'all just pass it along. Again, if you would like to try Dixie Belle products, if you haven't, or if you need to order more products, you don't have a retailer near you, what have you, I listed what I used tonight. If you'd like to try this, look out. I listed all the products that I used there, and there's a link. You can use it to see if you have a local retailer. And if not, and if you order from that link, I would appreciate it. It does help my little small business out. Close up is even better. Thank you. Yeah, you better get to bed. Holy moly, 2:30 in the morning. So anyways, thank you guys for joining, and I'll see you guys in a couple of weeks again. That's it. See y'all soon. Bye.